Do you want to play HAT format but don't know what to play? Then this Madolche deck might just be for you. For the main deck, I have 3 copies of Madolche Angeli. Angeli is an excellent starter in the Madolche deck, allowing you to tutor any name from your deck. Next I play 3 copies of Madolche Mageline. Mageline is sort of like a Stratos, being able to search you any Madolche when she is summoned or flipped. 3 copies of the aforementioned Hootcake. We can use his effect to tutor any Madolche monster from our deck, which usually ends up being the Messenger Lotto. Madolche Meowfil is a cat that sits on top of a waffle, but it boasts a powerful effect of allowing you to unclog on your Messenger Lottos. 2 copies of Traptrix Myrmeleo. Then I'm playing a large suite of hand traps to combat his whole charge decks. That being 3 copies of Maxi. Even using this as an upstart goblin is usually good enough because you can stunt your opponent while digging deeper into your deck to see your engine cards. Along with that, I have 2 copies of Effect Veiler and 2 copies of DD Crow. And these hand traps are very good in HAT format. For the spells, I play 3 copies of Upstart Goblin. Then I played 2 copies of Pot of Duality. Whilst being a bit slow for a lot of decks in HAT format, Madolche is one of the decks that can utilize Pot of Duality, and just to make sure you actually see your engine cards. Since HAT format is not a very explored format, I think it's fine to play cards like MST in your main deck, because you don't really know what you'll play against. For the main deck Madolche spells, I play 1 copy of Chateau and 1 copy of Ticket, and for the last spell I play 1 copy of Dark Hole. For the traps, 2 copies of Debunk. Then I have 2 copies of Breakthrough Skill. Breakthrough Skill is an all-around pretty good trap card in HAT format, being able to negate moral attacks when they summon in your turn. For the trap holes, I have 1 copy of Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare and 1 bottomless trap hole. Then I have 1 copy of Solemn Warning, 1 Torrential Tribute, and 1 compulsory evacuation device. For the extra deck, 1 copy of Equipped Engineer, 1 copy of Soul of the Silver Mountain, 1 copy of MX Saber Invoker, 1 Wind Up Zenmaines, 1 Ghost Trick Alucard, 1 Leviar the Sea Dragon, 1 number 80 Rhapsody and Berserk, 1 Daigusto Emerald, 1 Laval Volshane, 1 number 50 Black Ship of Corn, 1 Evil Swarm Exitonite, 1 Diamond Direwolf, 1 number 101 Silent Honor Arc, 1 Abyss Dweller, and 2 copies of Madolche Queen Tiramisu. For the side deck, I have 2 copies of Fire Hand and 2 copies of Ice Hand. I'm siding the second ticket because you really want the second one of this when they pop it with MST, and drawing it is usually not that bad. 1 MST, 1 Soul Drain, 1 Acid Trap Hole for Yugioh, 2 copies of Ghost Match, and then 3 copies of Wiretap, being very good against Yugioh because you can stop their best starter. So what do you aim to do when you open Angeli? We can start by normal summoning Angeli, tribute her off, to summon Hootcake in defense. With Hootcake, we can banish the Angeli from our graveyard to summon Messenger Lotto from our deck. Since we control a beast monster, we can use Messenger Lotto's effect to search either Ticket or Chateau. And if you have any level 4, detach either one of these from the Exceed monster and banish it with Hootcake. Let's say we make any Exceed monster you feel fit for the situation on top of our level 4s. We can use Hootcake to banish either one of these from our graveyard, usually the Myrmeleo, so you can put this back with Chateau or Tiramisu. Here you can use Hootcake to summon the second Messenger Lotto and adding the Chateau to your hand. Then you can activate Chateau to shuffle back the Madolche monsters in your graveyard into the deck. And then Ticket triggers searching as a Madolche. So we can search Angeli, normal summon it, use its effect, summon Meowfil from our deck, overlay the 2 level 3s. For a Leviar, we can use Leviar's effect, detaching the Meowfil to summon back Angeli. Then we can overlay both of these into a Tiramisu. We can use Tiramisu's effect, targeting these 2 and 2 of our opponent's cards and shuffle them back into the deck. And thanks to Chateau, we get to add them to your hand. So you can see how very quickly your cards just naturally flow very well together, regardless if our opponent has done anything or not. If you enjoy my content, make sure to also subscribe to my second channel, links in the description box down below.